Hello everyone, welcome back to Old Dad's Modeling Mess. And in today's video, I bring you something that I've been thinking about doing for several years. As you can see, there's some not green parts sitting there in front of me. And I'm going to build a German captured T34-85 that's been modified by the Germans to make it even better. Now, gush time here, nerd out, however you want to call it, fanboy, yes. I do believe I have found my most favorite T34-85 kit to date. I love the Rifeld one, okay, but this kit here, holy cow. Wow. The texturing on the turret and stuff like that, oh my god, it's just awesome. I mean, yes, I don't have to mess with that. It's just good lord. I love this. So, yeah. Not gonna lie. I bought 3 of these and 2 Panthers, and the parts that I'm using for this is from one of the Airfix Panthers. So, yeah. Now, with all this said, what I want to do by the end of the video here is I want to get an idea of what I need to do to get the running gear from the Panther to fit and work on the T34. Yes, that's correct. I said the running gear. I want the wheels, the suspension if I can, and I want the tracks. I want this, we've all seen the T34s that's the Germans captured, blah blah blah, and we've seen them where they've replaced the cupolas and stuff like that. Okay, I'm putting the 75 millimeter Panther gun on it. I'm putting the cupola from the Panther on it, the drive gears or sprocket, the idler wheel, the actual road wheels, and the tracks on there. So what I want to do is I want to get the whole together enough to see where I'm at and what type of modifications that I'm going to need to get everything to work. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So, as you can see here, I'm already almost done with getting the shock strut towers, those put together. If you can't tell, I've put a few of these together, so it went really fast. And the entire length of this video is, I think maybe if you add another half hour to it for me sanding down the parts, is how long it's took me to do this. These, like I said, these T34s, they go together so nice. Right here, I'm trying to think, should I put that in first or not? And then I looked over at the instructions and it said to put both sides on first. So that's what I did. The way that the sides of the hull fit onto the bottom of the hull are actually really nice on this kit. I know some of them are like this, but this one here it just fell together basically. It was just that nice. I do believe I had a little too much glue on there though, and my finger got stuck to the front of it there, so I may have to worry about that. And if you didn't notice right there, I've been adopted. I have a new friend, and you will see a lot of him in this video. That damn fly. There's a reason why I didn't stop and go stalk it and kill it and all this other stuff, but I'll get to that here in a little bit. But yeah, the only The only issue I actually had on putting this together was on the rear there for the drive cover, the axle covers, whatever you want to call it, that rear plate there. Uh, it I had to use a clamp to squeeze it together because I wanted it to be a really tight fit. Other than that, it just went together. I'm going to say this actually, the hull of this probably went together easier and faster than the Sherman hull did. And the I'll be honest with you, the Sherman hull went together really fast, but I've never put that was the first one I ever put together. So this one here, yeah, just this fast. Now, uh, as I was doing research for this, kind of looking it up and trying to find this and that and everything else, what I did, I didn't find any of these that where the Germans had changed the guns, or any of that, or the tracks. Basically, they just put a different cupola on them, as far as I know. Um, there could be others out there. If there are, drop a link to them in the description below because I'd really love to see some more of that stuff. Uh, but once I get this done here, I just, yeah, it just that how it is when you have this idea and you're trying to get it done and you're like, but you also have that thing in the back of your head. I gotta see what it looks like. I gotta see what it looks like. I fought myself not to do that with this. So, yeah, it was it was tough. I won't lie. It was tough. And as I'm editing this, I did notice towards the end I did make a mistake, but I do believe I can work around that, and I'll get to that when that part comes up. But other than that, yeah, let's just get going with this. Uh, this is this one shock tower here. It fell off, and then right there, when I was putting the drive cover on that rear plate, I actually broke it back off again. So it's like, damn. Uh, but in hindsight, though, what I had planned originally was this here wasn't even in the thought process. Last Friday, I was supposed to have my the PZ3 that tied with the Panther for my you pick my next build. I had done all the videos on that, and as I was editing, I accidentally deleted most of the footage that I wanted to show you guys. I had actually taken that Maybach engine and put inside of it, and I did some work on the 3D printer and then the blender and stuff like that, and I made a firewall in the back with radiators and fans on it and stuff, and I made it to where that rear hatch in the back came off, and then one of the hatches opened, and yeah, I'd done a lot of work on it, and I lost all the main footage. I've got some footage of where like I was putting like the hull together and stuff like that, but my main goal for that video was to emphasize the motor being in it, the engine and stuff. And so when I couldn't recover any of that footage that I lost, deleted, because I'm so awesome at editing, I was struck. So I actually hopped back on eBay really quick, and I contacted the people that I bought my model kit haul from, and I had them send me 2 T34s and a Panther. That way there I could do this, and then I'd still have another T34 for later on, because I'm a T34 fanboy. And today is actually Thursday, August 14th, and these didn't get here till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I had to do all this to get this done in time so I could edit, do the voiceover, and all that stuff on this video, just so I could get the video up for you guys on Friday today. So here is where this part right here, since I'm waiting for that gear drive to dry, I figure I may as well go ahead and get the turret together. And look at the texturing on that turret. That is just so beautiful. And this kit actually comes with a World War II turret, which is what I'm using, and then it also has the Korean War turret. There's a little bit of differences with the cupolas and a couple of vents or something or whatever on the roof, but I went with the World War II version because it's German captured, so kind of has to be that way. So anyway, as I put this together, you guys enjoy the music, and I will catch you in a few. okay, you guys, you knew it had to happen, right? You know I wasn't going to be able to just not put something on there to get a sneak peek. It was killing me. And I mean, it wasn't like it took much to put the, the turret together, as you can see. But yeah, yeah. Here comes the fun part, though, is I gotta try now to see if the suspension and all that other stuff that I'm wanting to do with this is going to work. And spoiler alert, no, it didn't. I had to use the T34 suspension, but that's okay. It was really easy. Uh, the the German suspension arms was just a smidge short. I mean, just a little bit short. Uh, and I could have used them, but then I would have had to modify them and either lengthen them or something like that, and all that other good stuff. Or I could just drill the holes out on the back of the wheels and just slap them right on the T34 suspension parts. So I'm not gonna lie, that's what I did. Uh, it's kind of a bummer, but I mean, hey, whatever. Uh, Now, if I ever want to build that Panther, I can just print me up some road wheels and tracks, and we're good to go. Well, besides the cupola and gun, but I mean, uh, I still have a T34 gun. Maybe nobody will ever notice. But yeah, as you can see here, this is just off by half that little, uh, I guess, hub, if you want to call it that. But it wasn't hard to do. The hard part is going to be figuring out how to get the drive wheels, or the drive sprockets, to fit on the rear, and the front idlers, or the idler wheels on the front. They're way off. I've already kind of tinkered with it just to get a look, and yeah, mm-hmm, it's way off. And here it is. I was just trying to get an idea so I could show you guys what it looked like. On the Panther suspension arm there, I would have to sand down that nub or glue another one on that would fit in the hole, or as you see here, I just said the hell with it and sanded down the ones there for the T34, and I'm going to put them on. And I mean, it's all right. They damn near look the same, to be honest with you. It's and then right here, I'm like, oh yeah, that's for the front, and then so. But this was trying to figure out the where and how I wanted the wheels to look was also something. When I first did it, because you know how on the Germans they got the idler wheel, and then they'll have like one wheel, and then after that they'll have the double wheel, and then they'll have the single wheel in the middle, and then they'll have the double and all that. I didn't want it to look awkward and only have like two of the double wheels like towards the middle, so I kind of did it a little backwards here, and that's also going to throw a little bit of a wrench into the build here, because that rear sprocket, drive sprocket, just barely, and I mean just barely, fits in between the two road wheels. And you'll see that here in a little bit after I get this done. But yeah, I think it's going to look really good. And I've always, I don't know what it is about the German tanks and stuff, but I've always really liked the wide tracks. You know, like with the Sherman and stuff like that, where it had the duckbills or I just call it the snow tracks. You know, the little additions there on the side that makes it wider. I I've, I absolutely love those, and so I have to put the wide tracks on it. You know, I guess it's kind of like a teenage boy getting his first car and he's trying to throw some wide tires on it, you know, just to make it look badass. That's kind of what I'm doing here with this. But, you know, in all seriousness, like I was saying earlier, we know that the Germans captured them and did some minor modifications and stuff to them. So this one here, I'm just going to chalk it up to the mustache midget there. He decided he wanted to try something else, you know, and had him do this. So that's about the best way I can explain it. But I I think once you get here to the end and you see it, I think you'll like where it's headed. Uh, I get these here on, and then I kind of this is a once I get the suspension on here, it's pretty much going to be the uh, the main part of the build for this video, because now I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the drive sprocket, the idler wheel. I know I'm going to have to shorten up the tracks and stuff like that and do some stuff. I'm going to have to widen the fenders on it because they are absolutely not going to be wide enough to cover the tracks for this thing. So, but you know, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, once I get this, it's going to be a perfect time to hit that stopping point, call it a day, and then come back tomorrow or something like that and kind of get refocused and just work on getting the drive sprockets and the idler wheels on there. Now I do here at the end, and as you've seen at the very beginning of the video, I do use some blue tack, and I tack some of the stuff on there just so you guys can get a look and a feel for it, because, you know, I mean, you guys you need to see what I'm thinking here. So yeah, now it's done, and I'm getting ready to oh, here's my mistake. Before I get to that, here's my mistake. I was thinking I gotta glue the top of the hull on so I can see how the tracks and stuff are all gonna fit, and the wheels and everything like that. And what I didn't think about was putting in the machine gun on the front of it. Now I should be able to, since, you know, the turret's removable and I don't have the driver's hatch on or anything like that, I should be able to get in there, and it might take a little bit, but I should be able to get it taken care of and getting it in there. But yeah, I do believe that this is a mistake. I could be wrong, but I do believe this was my mistake that I was talking about earlier. And no, I'm not gluing that on. I'm just wanting to make sure that everything's lining up like it's supposed to be. I know that there's another plate that goes on the back there that's got the hinges on it. So yeah, I'm just okay. Everything looks good. The seams look fine. Okay, cool. But as always, guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you like this type of stuff, please don't be afraid. Drop a like and a comment down below. If you aren't already, consider subscribing. Helps the channel grow. You know, I get to do more stupid stuff like this, entertain you. Yeah, it's a win-win. We have a Discord. The link is down in the description box down below. Join that. Got channels in there for all sorts of stuff. Just talking. You guys can post pictures of your builds, and we have amazing builders in there. I mean, they are just badass builders, worth joining just for that. Build ideas, so if you want to see something crazy like this, put it in there. We'll see if we can get it going for you. And I do post pictures from time to time of what I'm working on and stuff like that. So hey, you know, It's free. Subscribing's free. It's a win-win. Well, okay, maybe not quite free. You guys, yeah, you guys might get a notification saying I posted a new video, but I mean, that's it. For me, it costs money. But again, thank you guys, and until the next video, I will see you guys later. You are awesome. Bye bye.